Hi Aries, and welcome to your soul story for Twin Flames. This is a past life tarot reading that I am doing with the intention and focus on your twin flame and what you guys were experiencing last lifetime and how it has rolled into this lifetime. So Aries, I will read the masculine in this lifetime on this side and the feminine in this lifetime on this side. And then in between is the energies that join you, okay? So we're going to start out and pull a card here to look at the primary energy and personality of each person, you and your twin flame last lifetime, and like how you directed that energy towards each other. So let's just see how you treated each other, what you thought of each other. All right, on the masculine, okay, he was somebody who was full of life, full of energy, very communicative, expressed himself, may have been like a public voice, okay, just coming out as the Eight of Wands. And then towards his feminine in the last lifetime, it was very positive. He was very attracted and pulled into her, okay? And the feminine is coming through as a judgment. So with this coming out, the way I feel about this feminine is she was somebody who lived her life by virtue, okay? And I feel like her masculine was somebody who was a bit more free-spirited and, you know, did a lot of things that she would have seen as, you know, unfit, bad behavior, like you just don't act like that and behave like that, you know, and just depending on what era you guys were last incarnated, you know, that this is speaking about. I just get like you guys were a power couple, had some status to you, and she was like, you must follow the rules, okay? She was wholeheartedly devoted to her masculine, but did judge him and, you know, look down on him a bit for some of his lifestyle choices and behaviors, okay? So let's pull a card now to see what each of your life paths were this lifetime that's coming through. All right, over here on the masculine, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is more energy about communication and really swift, fast-moving energy. So this masculine, I really feel, had a voice in the public, in the workplace, just somewhere significant in this lifetime. Like this masculine was definitely in a leadership role and, you know, gave orders, gave information, public speaking, maybe could have been a philosopher even. Over here on the Divine Feminine life path was about giving and sharing and helping the oppressed, okay? So again, you know, with the main energies and then the life path that you both have here, I just feel that you guys were in a position of power, like you were a power couple. Many people looked up to you. You guys may have even been quite religious or maybe at the head of a church even, okay? It's just like I see this couple having a lot of power and influence and status, and the feminine using it in a very, very positive way, like giving money, charity work, things like that, speaking the good Lord's word, like just a very giving soul like that, living her life by virtue. And the masculine over here, he doesn't look all reckless and crazy, but I just feel like his energy was a lot more free and expansive, and, you know, he traveled into the taboo a little bit, things that feminine did not deem were proper of her masculine, okay? So let's see what your spiritual paths were last lifetime. I just have to say, when I was, you know, looking at my own past life twin flame, my spiritual path for last lifetime was light worker and guess what it was for this lifetime? Light worker. I was like, imagine that. So let's see. All right, so the masculine spiritual path was a personal mission. So this was a masculine who was quite awakened spiritually, may even have been spiritually gifted, but his focus was not on that, not really changing the world and an upliftment of humanity through consciousness expansion and spiritual growth and awareness. I feel like he was more in some sort of like business dictatorship, maybe even like a government structure, okay? And I feel that a lot of the choices and ways he went about doing things on that level did come a lot from his soul, but you know, soul growth, spirituality, that was not his primary focus. It was more on his personal life path that he was focused last lifetime. And the feminine, look at this, the spirit medium. This is, you know, speaks for itself. This is a spiritual path where this feminine had communication with, you know, the other side, whether it be passed on loved ones, ancestors, you know, spirit guides, angels, star beings. This feminine had the ability and had the gift last lifetime, and that's probably why she lived her life with such virtue, okay, is because of who and what she truly was at her core, at her soul. And you see the angels sitting up there, and then here we have the spirit medium. So even if, you know, she wasn't aware of her ability to channel the other side, she did pray, and she really felt like the angels spoke to her, okay? So the feminine in this reading, past lifetime, very, very spiritual, could have even been religious, lived her life exactly how a good, classy woman should and carry herself, okay? Masculine, I feel, was also very well respected. However, he wasn't as into like the spiritual aspect of things. He looks like he's more curious about life and how it works and making his mark on this world, like more in a business sense or government type of sitting and situation. So let's pull some past life cards here to see what was going on kind of on a deeper level. All right, so we have male, female. So your genders were actually swapped last lifetime, okay, with this coming out. Or this could be where you know, the male this lifetime is more feminine, and the female this lifetime is more coming from her masculine energy. Okay, so there's definitely something going on with that. Scoot this just a bit more so they will all fit. Next out is biblical, and there's that, you know, religious aspect, that spirituality aspect. That was a big deal that I've picked up a lot on the feminine here. And the high priest or priestess. Wow. Okay, so this feminine, you know, she did not... if she was aware of her ability to speak to passed on loved ones, she did not share it, because I feel, because biblical sits here, like she was very religious, and she was very afraid of what the church or family members would say to her if she was like, I can do this, like this is what happens to me. Like she was afraid of, you know, being persecuted, all right? But also, look at here, she's coming through as the high priest or priestess, all right? So, you know, that goes back to this male or female where, you know, she could have been the female this lifetime, actually could have been the male last lifetime, and the male this lifetime was actually the female last lifetime. I know that's kind of confusing, but just with male, female there, that's there. Or, you know, it's about being in the same gender, but, you know, the masculine being strong in the feminine, or the feminine being really strong in the masculine energy. And so over here on the feminine side, highly spiritual being, very wise. And again, that's why she lives her life by such virtue in this past life that's coming through. Okay. And as far as the masculine, again, he looks like he's more of somebody of like political power, status, in control of things, not really concerned about spiritual teachings, giving to charity, feeding the poor, all those kinds of things like that. That wasn't his concern. That was for his feminine to handle. Like, again, a power couple I see coming forward. So let's pull some cards here to see how the twin flame journey itself played out. Okay. Well, you guys were this jumped out. You guys were very healing to each other. The connection to me looks to be a very positive one for both of you, okay? All right, next out we have twin flame Kundalini. We have repeating signs. We have patience and timing. And we have a sacrifice. Okay, so with this coming out as your, twin flame journey last lifetime, what this looks like to me is there was always a lot of love and support between these two individuals. However, I really feel like the feminine took a backseat to this masculine's career and status and being in the public eye. And it was a sacrifice for her. There was a lot of dreams and goals that she had for herself, for her lifetime. And it's just like there was a lot that she had to sacrifice for herself, for her own personal happiness, to support her masculine and his dreams and goals. And with patience and timing, it's like there, a long period of her life, she was waiting for her masculine to give her as much attention as he gave to his career. The whole time through, he very much loves her, okay, and she loves him, and there's nobody else that either one of you loved more than each other, okay? This wasn't like this back and forth crazy in and out type of thing. No, this is like, I feel when you guys joined, you joined, and it was always a very like supportive, loving connection, very positive in that aspect. However, I feel like masculine focused a lot on career and life growth and development, and that made the feminine feel alone and isolated at times. And maybe that's why she focused so much of her energy on helping others, in any way that she could, that she felt was appropriate. And let's see where the karma was left. All right, well, that just jumped out. Okay, so we have letting go, 555. So with this, even though this relationship was incredibly loving, I feel the feminine was kind of left feeling like she may have sacrificed too much or waited in vain. Like maybe by the time the masculine was able to give all of his time and energy and attention to the relationship, it may have been like too late in life or something like that. So last lifetime, the feminine really walked a straight line, and loved her man, and her man loved her, but she felt like she was kind of, on the back burner and maybe sacrificed way too much, and wonders, was true love worth it? Should I have just had a fun lifestyle? Should I have let my hair down more? So by the end of this life journey, last lifetime, it's like the feminine was wondering if she didn't live enough. And, and the masculine, I feel, definitely is ready to be all that he was supposed to be. But for her, I just feel like the moment had passed. And it's just like, well, what's the point now? So I feel, even though this was a very loving relationship, the feminine was left a little bitter at the end of your last life journey together. And then we have alignment, good advice, and we have within 3 months timing. So with this being where you guys left things, I do feel like you finally came into alignment, okay? But it was like kind of too little too late for whatever that means for you. And you may find that a lot of what was picked up on here is what you're experiencing this lifetime with your twin flame, because with this, I don't feel that like all your business and lessons that you meant to experience as twin flames last lifetime came to fulfillment. And so I feel you guys are repeating a bit of your last lifetime journey this lifetime, but you know, it's for a very positive reason, like to complete this cycle and to fully incorporate and learn these lessons. So let's pull a card here now to see, you know, what your life path is this lifetime and what the life path is for your twin flame this lifetime. All right, so for this lifetime, the masculine is coming through as, you know, somebody who is very kind of dominating and controlling, always wants to be right, always has to get their way, all right? Coming through as that Five of Swords. The feminine is the Wheel of Fortune. So this is, for this life journey, you know, where we sacrificed and we did everything by the book last lifetime, you are going to receive rewards and payoffs this lifetime for what was sacrificed last lifetime, because it was done out of love. Okay, it was unconditional what this feminine did for her masculine, as well as many other people in her life. And this Wheel of Fortune, it's like the positive return comes to the feminine in this lifetime from all she gave last lifetime. So let's see what the spiritual path is for the masculine and feminine this lifetime. All right, for the masculine, we have the humanitarian, and for the feminine, we have galactic family. Okay, so that's probably why I shared that comment about light worker and light worker, because you got spirit medium and then galactic family. So this feminine has that ability this lifetime to channel, to connect to passed down loved ones, to star beings, to ancestors, to the angels, okay? Very spiritually evolved soul, this feminine. The masculine over here coming through as the humanitarian. Even though life path, he is very controlling and kind of, you know, could be short and cold and mean at times. In his soul, he has this desire to help and to give and to make things better, make life better for other people, very similar to this feminine's energy last lifetime. He's like coming into that now, where it's more like, let me give to humanity through love, through caring, through giving, through sharing, rather than through like, you know, controlling dictatorship, being in a position of like power and, you know, instructing people. This is like where this masculine, his soul is, he's much more in tune with it this lifetime, and it's like a calling to him to volunteer his time, to do random acts of kindness, to serve humanity in some capacity, okay? But his life path is a bit more challenging, and he may be more controlling and rough because of the life and upbringing he had this go round, okay? A constant need to protect, to defend, to always win at any cost, like, you know, very fear-based energy. However, at the soul, he is quite pure, and that might be a big conflict for him. Like, he feels like he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he wishes that he didn't, because it's really gotten him hurt and burned many times throughout this life journey. Okay, so let's pull some cards here to see what your twin flame journey is this lifetime. Oh, wow. So you guys had 3 just jump on out as I was saying that. So naturally, as I'm doing this, my daughter's trying to call. It's 6 in the morning. She's normally not up. Okay, so this life, we have a 10 of twin flames. We have 9 of karmic energy. We have Ace of karmic energy. 2 of ego energy. And lastly, we have 7 of heart energy. Okay, so the life, the twin flame journey that you guys have this lifetime compared to last lifetime is a way different experience. There is a lot of twin flame lessons that are playing out this lifetime, and I feel it has to do with this unfinished business from last lifetime. Okay, it's playing out heavy and strong. And here with the 9 of karmic energy, I get the sense, you know, with this masculine, it's like when the feminine and him align, he's very superficial. He's all about appearances, status, show, what's shiny. He's kind of a player and not really stable. Okay, it's really like a flighty energy, but that's part of the twin flame lesson here, okay, which means he will overcome this. Like this feminine, just the wisdom and strength of her soul, the way she vibrates, who and what she is really affecting this masculine in his consciousness evolution and his soul development this lifetime, because I feel like last lifetime, you know, he was way too focused on career, on money, and that's kind of coming through a bit in this lifetime. But it's like this feminine really softens his energy and opens him up, okay? And, you know, with its 7 of heart energy, I do feel that there will be like a long-term separation from these twin flames this lifetime, but you guys always will like meet in the dream space, and the feminine with her abilities, like she will always know what's going on with her masculine. In fact, it's like the separation has to do with the fact of how evolved she is and how much evolving he has to do, okay? And so that's why this is a more separated twin flame journey this lifetime, is because being the rock to this masculine last lifetime, like he didn't learn all the lessons and gain all the soul evolution that he intended. However, she did, okay? And so this lifetime, the separation is more of like sparing the feminine, so there is not this element of sacrifice and all these things. Like the wheel turns in her favor, like she has the upper hand, and eventually it's like this masculine will you know, end up, what's the word I'm looking for, he's gonna soften and he's gonna like join her spiritually. All right, so Aries, those are your messages for past life with your twin flame. I do hope that this has helped you, and I wish you all the best. Take care.